Okay, this is PhD Alborz Seddigh Afshar. I'm recording a more of the inventions I want to use for the London Stock Exchange, so it later turn for the Turbo Africa ETFs. At first, this I have to pay the London Stock Exchange itself. So I've invented some things over the past days for the London Stock Exchange to later be allowed to pay the Turbo in Africa ETF. So they said first I have to purchase some London Stock Exchange ETFs. That was the condition at the time. So there's 36 inventions in effect that I'm putting on the London Stock Exchange. Yeah, and I also want to say that the debt I get is detached from my personal property. So my personal property is not the foundation's property. So the foundation is if foundation's got, for instance, is 18 billion debt after this, that is loose from my own personal property. Okay, so if a debt collector comes for what I have, that would be detached from what the foundation has. So it can come up for what the foundation owns, but it cannot come for, they cannot come collecting what I own in that sense, as PhD Alborz Seddigh Afshar, working for the foundation right now. But the foundation, the Genius Spermbank, is just a foundation, so it isn't necessarily even a business. So it's not a type of business that you would say the owner's own property is at stake, or the owner's own car is at stake. If that were to happen. So if in case they come for me, and I would if they decide to come for my personal property, which I think they wouldn't, since it's in the foundation format loose from my personal property, I would file for bankruptcy, insolvency, faillissement, right? That's the term they use, insolvency, faillissement. I got books on that, just in case they come for my personal property, which I don't think they will. And I think I'm going to film those books too that I own, just in case they don't believe me. I own books on insolvency, law books. These were diced inventions, so they're probably unique, except for the very elegantest ones, maybe. If other people came up with the simplisticest first steps of it, when still simple, those might be non-unique steps. But as it gets complicated and complicated, the forces, they end up being more unique and more unique. And I think it's safe to say they're absolutely unique forces. Since they were diced in that sense, the variables were diced. So They have a drawing too to make it harder. It's unique material. I will show that I do own books on insolvency. This is one book I own on insolvency recht. Okay, that's it. And some more books I own on insolvency. Schuldsanering. Schuldsanering natuurlijke personen. Okay, that's it. It's part of insolvency recht. Okay. That's it.